Yeah. So, anyways, welcome to So Like You Know. Yeah, Bo, JP. But we're glad you guys are here joining us, and it's a great time. You don't forget to don't forget to check us out. We do a live show every Thursday, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at SLYK Radio. Liz, I fixed the issue. So yeah, I have it.
Did you forget to
auto
unmute
switch.
us?
No, I have it so that it should be when I turn off one group, it should be unmuting the mics, but it doesn't always work. So
get your macros in order.
Yeah, it's not functioning. I'm still learning OBS. There's a lot to it. So, but yes. So, don't forget we do a live show Thursdays, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, all at SLYK Radio. So, thank you for joining us. Liz, since you're in the chat, I wanted to very, very, very much thank you for the wonderful beers that you have sent us. I'm excited to try them, most definitely.
Happy early birthday!
Yes, happy early birthday. And we will drink these libations in your honor. Ooh, is that the right word? Libations.
Libya.
A drink poured out offering to a deity. Yeah, we're going with that.
Labia. That's the word you're looking for.
I don't think I can say that.
No.
Not because it's a bad word. Labia is a good word. Oh, JP just got like way cooler.
What's the reflection like right now? Oh, you can see my monitor. Never mind.
I got sweet lenses too. Are these awesome? Am I cool now?
Those camera lenses?
Yeah.
Nice.
I pulled them off just for you. Click. But yes. So, where are we at? It says, "Why, yes, that is the correct term. I am a goddess most days, except you're a goddess who lives quite an exciting life, from what I can see. So, good on you." So, but yes. So moving forward, as you know, we always like to intro our show with the microbrew
in review.
Craft brew. What? Microbrew. I haven't said that in a long time. Holy guacamole.
I was confused by that too. I was like, I don't think it's a micro. I think it's all across the country.
It's a craft brew. Yeah. So here's the beer. JP's going to tell you about it.
Okay, I'm going to mess up the pronunciation of this, but here we go. The Lilikoi Kepalo.
Yeah.
From Aviary Brewing Company. It's a Belgian light with a 5.4 ABV. And the description reads, adding a tropical island flair to a traditional Witz beer. This beer erupts with a monumental passion fruit aroma and acidity along with sublime succulent finish.
Ooh.
Inspired by our barrel herder. Barrel herder?
What?
Yeah. Inspired by our barrel herder, Andy Parker's love for tangy and bold Lilikoi. How'd you say that?
Lilikoi.
Lilikoi fruit that he discovered while he was brewing in the Big Island of Hawaii.
Cool.
This beer combines the lushness of a Belgian-style wheat ale with the juiciness and electric tinge of a passion fruit. This golden explosion of fruity goodness is a perfect companion for breakfast, on the beach, and of course barbecues.
Word up, beach.
4 pounds of passion fruits to this puree if each barrel transmutes the products.
Fantastic. Well, I'm excited for that because passion fruit's delicious, and I love wheat beers.
Man, it's gonna explode over my face.
Yay! Are you a little sad about that?
A little bit. Ooh, it's a... I'll hold on to those notes right there.
All right. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. That's just good, yeah.
Yeah. And you see this? I'm not using a glass. I have it in this thing.
You so fancy with your Yeti stuff. Yes. So we're gonna be drinking that throughout the show. We'll let you know at the very end of the show what we think of it, so that you can go try it next, because it should be most delicious. Coming up next is Slick Feed.
Where we geek on your week.
We have a lot of news this week. Normally, we try to narrow it down to 4 per section, but there was just a lot of good news.
So many things coming out, like GamesCon virtually, DC fandom virtually.
Yep. Good on these companies doing the virtual stuff. I really do appreciate them for that. So thank you guys for caring about your customers more than you care about, that kind of profit. What'd you put in here, Liz? Oh.
Lilikoi.
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 Lilikoi. But it's ko-oi. Ko-i. Ko-i. I was always told I was supposed to have to do that. Apostrophe is like a pause.
Yeah, in the description, like on the third line after Lilikoi, it says Lil Akoi.
Le akoi.
Lil Akoi.
Le akoi.
I don't know. I sound very very howly saying it, so I'll just say
Lilikoi.
the beer.
But it's most exciting to drink this throughout the show. So yay! But we got some fun news coming up for you. Let's give you this first one, buddy.
Yeah. So Gotham Knights, is it going to be the next iteration of Warner Brother games? The trailer came out and it has 4 main characters. It's going to be Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, Tim Drake Robin, and Red Hood.
Fantastic.
So, and the way that they had described it, that Batman is missing in action, and it's going to be an open world RPG, maybe dealing with the Court of Owls.
Ooh.
And is it Mr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
But he's a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
So, like, it seems pretty cool. I watched the trailer, and each 4 of them have their own different style set, and it's RPG, so, like, you see costume changes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can have original and, like, futuristic, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty fantastic.
And they say it doesn't have any link to the other Arkham games, like, it's its own separate thing. It could, like, reference it or something like that, but
so
it's not
it's
really
non-canon? Or it's not...
They didn't say it's non... I guess it would be non-canon for the Arkham series.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a separate thing now.
Okay, so same universe, different canon. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not too surprising. The interesting part is with the Court of Owls is that a lot of people are hypothesizing that the new Batman coming out soon may be dealing with the Court of Owls as well.
You mean the Batman?
The Batman.
I was like, God damn, you're so confusing, guys.
I'm Batman. Well, yeah, why not just call it Batman? Okay, here's this one. How many Batman movies has there been?
There's been a lot. I was gonna say 9. I'm gonna say that.
Don't forget, there were ones before that.
I was gonna say 9.
How many Batman films are there?
Or are they counting the animated as well? Because there have been a lot of animated movies. Are you
Holy
live action?
sweet baby gajibus.
Because I would say 27 if you're counting.
All right. Keep talking about the game. I'm gonna count.
All right. Cool. I don't know. It just seems very cool, and they all have their all different fight styles and stuff. And if it's gonna be open world, just like roaming around Gotham City, and hopefully, where's Nightwing? Nightwing is guarding where? What city? Because I know, like, he grew up and like wanted to be his own hero. And where does he patrol? Where do you patrol, Nightwing? Hello, Tara.
Hi, Tara. And technically, there were 75 movies.
Holy jeez. That's counting animated as well.
That's
though,
counting all Batman flicks.
What about live action?
Yeah, that's what I was about to... How many live action? Hi, Tara.
I'm gonna say 9.
13.
Damn it. Well, I was under. I didn't go over. So I made it to the showcase showdown.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, they are counting Adam West. I was like, they're missing some.
No,
I'm going to fight someone. Wait, they're counting Birds of Prey. Okay, hold on. You might be right with your 9. We're going to go with early films. We'll include those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Batman versus Superman, 11.
I would count it. He's in
Justice
it.
League, 12. The Batman. The Batman will be 13.
Okay, so 9. It wasn't too far off.
So, yeah.
But like, yeah, like there's so many like feature films with Batman in it that are animated. So I'm just like, okay, sure.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a massive amount. And I'm right there with you, Liz. I do want the Nightwing movie to happen, most definitely. I want Nightwing and I want Red Hood. So
who would you pick to play your Nightwing?
now that I've seen him in action, I wish they would have done Stephen Amell as Nightwing. I'd have been cool with that.
Would it be who's that guy from Third Rock from the Sun? Because he was like previewed, kind of.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yes,
Ooh,
that's him.
wait, you know who'd be good Nightwing? The guy who played in the Golden Circle.
The Goldens.
What's his name? Hold on.
McAvoy?
No. Taron
What is
Egerton. He did Kingsman.
Oh, yeah.
I would be good with him as Nightwing. I think he'd be really, really good. So, I mean, also Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but like Liz said, I mean, he was in that already. Liz says, yes, one of the Amels. Did you see that Stephen Amell's brother is going to be in the new Babysitter, The Babysitter 2? It's a Netflix movie. If you guys haven't seen The Babysitter on Netflix, you should watch it. It's fantastic. But, yeah. So, what about you?
For me, I'm trying to look at the Amell brothers.
Drake
Yeah,
Bell.
that's pretty.
All right, Kit Harington.
I'm trying to think of like who's like a youthful. What about Zac Efron?
I think that would be good. It's just the only problem with Zac Efron is a lot of people don't respect him as an actor, and I think they would need that character as a respectful person or an unknown. I like Zac Efron. I think he's a great actor. It's just a lot of people are stuck with that past mindset of him.
High School.
Yeah, High School Musical. So they can't look past it.
Yeah, but then, like, as of recently, like, there was just, like, people, like, oohing and awing over Zac Efron's, like, dad bod.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. There's tons of people that love him. It's just, I think as for the DC universe, I think he would catch too much, flack for who he is. So not to say that he couldn't be the role. I mean, it's the kind of same thing where, I'm giving crap to Twilight guy because that's what I know him in.
Shovelface?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the kind of problem it comes down to is that when they've seen, been typecast so aggressively, it's hard to see him in other lights. Liz says they should see him as Zack and Ted Bundy. Or they should see Zack and Ted Bundy. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see it. It's just, like I said, I think Zac Efron is an excellent actor. I respect who he is. And I just watched that new Netflix series with him, like Going Beyond or something.
Yeah, with that one crazy guy, that naturalist.
Yes. Down to Earth. So I watched the first episode where they went to Iceland. And that was a fantastic episode.
Pretty
to watch.
cool.
It was. I'm going to watch the rest.
Like the whole series is actually pretty good. I like it a lot.
And I believe it. I mean, after that first one, I want to watch the rest of it. Liz says Dylan O'Brien is Nightwing. Dylan O'Brien. Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, I know him. The Maze Runner kid.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So, But yes, yeah, I could see that. So it's just there's a lot of DC movies that I think are capable, but I think we're going to be hard pressed to see a lot of those, just because they do focus on the mainstream things. That's why we have Harley Quinn, we have a crap ton of Batmans, and all that. It's just, and there's so many other expansive characters. I mean, there's so much more in Batman outside of the Riddler, the Penguin, and the Joker, but that's the majority of what people care about or even want to see. So, I don't know. We do what we can, and we hope for what we can.
What about the guy from Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Human?
Human?
Hunman?
Hold on, let me see. Who's Louis Tan? Louis Tan. Oh! I don't know his acting style. His face is familiar. I don't remember him in Iron Fist. I need to watch Iron Fist again. Derp. Mark says, I'm surprised you haven't watched the entire Netflix catalog during this. The Backstreet Boys reunion tour, aka Quarantine Station. I admittedly don't watch a lot of stuff.
It's rewatching for Bo.
Yeah, I rewatch while I'm
Which
doing
is
other
ridiculous.
things. Well, it's like I like to sit down and watch something aggressively, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm inside, I end up starting to clean, or I'm going to play video games, or I go into the garage and
Working on a project.
Wood projects, or I'm going to go on my car. So 90% of it is rewatching because I'm not sitting down to watch shit. It takes me like 2 months to watch an anime, and there's all the episodes. So
that's how you spell that guy's name.
So Charlie Hunman, nice.
I think like he has the build, and I think he could pull it off.
Yeah. Let's see, Charlie Hunman.
He's the son from Sons of Anarchy.
He might be a bit old.
Butch?
No, it's old for Nightwing unless they do like an older character.
Mm-hmm.
So which is fine. Oh, Woo Assassins! Damn it! Yeah, he was the bad guy, right? I didn't finish Woo Assassins. I made it to the scene where they were fighting in. Was it the second season? They were fighting in like the mall area, and a few episodes after that. I didn't finish it yet. Once again, I don't sit down and watch shows all the way through. I'm pretty bad about that. So, but yeah. So a lot of good characters, a lot of actors. It's just we can hope and pray that eventually we'll get some people that or some other characters that we've really been hoping for. What's this next one?
This next one is, unfortunately, but Activision will be joining 2K Games with charging $70 for the next gen of games. So, like, Activision didn't say that it was, but, like, if you go and try and pre-order a certain game coming up, it is $70 now. So, like, they didn't even say that they would be doing this or anything like that, but I don't know how I feel about this, because it's like, oh, we're supporting the developer, but really how much money is going to the developer? Because some of them can't even afford to eat at their company's cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
It's either pay your bills or this. We're basically paying the CEO and the shareholders money for this next gen, because no one game is actually $60 anymore. There's always DLC, season passes, microtransactions. So it was like,
up the a-hole.
I don't know how I feel about paying $70. I think this is just a trial run. If not too many people buy the game because of the $70 price tag,
mm-hmm.
which is in Australia, for a $60 game, they're paying $200 Australian to buy a game.
Damn.
A standard $60 game. I'm just like, what? Wait, what?
That's harsh.
That's ridiculous.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, that would definitely have a negative effect on the game's aspects. well, yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Because how much have I paid for Call of Duty at this point?
Are you buying like the map packs as well?
Well, I have the season pass, so I don't buy
Okay,
them independently. It doesn't make sense to buy map packs. It's a stupid decision. You should always get the season pass. But I think I spent another 20 on this recent series. I can't think of the damn name of it. Either way, I spent another $20. So I'm probably at 100 total. No, probably 80 total for the new Call of Duty game.
Warfare?
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's been worth it. I'm really enjoying it. And it's nice that you could pay for to obtain goals. Like, it opens up a goal set. You can pay more to unlock everything, but I'm not one of those bitches. Mm-hmm. So you're paying so that you can unlock like a thing so that you can get different skins and guns and, you know, ranking crap. That's really all it is. So, but yeah, I don't know. I agree. It's a little excessive, especially because some of the new games coming out are still sitting at only like $40. Like specifically the next one coming out, Star Wars Squadrons, it's only going to be $40.
Yep.
So it's
and
a
they
weird
said
game
no microtransactions, but I was just like, so macro transactions?
And they could be doing that, where they do the DLC and they do like the same thing they do on Call of Duty, where you pay for the pass.
Battle Pass?
Duty Battle Pass. Thank you. Yeah. So I got my first Battle Pass. That's what I paid for. Mm-hmm. So mostly because I really wanted the pink cat pants, and it made a good goal for me to kill people. So
how do you feel about paying $70 for next gen games?
It's $10 more. So in all reasonable all like points of it, it doesn't seem like that much. But the problem is they're gonna see, they'll pay $70, so they'll probably pay $80.
Yeah, they're gonna find like a point where they reach too far, and there's like, we'll pull it back. They're like, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do that. They're just like, they're like a cat just trying to like inch their way.
Yes.
It's like, how far can I get away with this before I get my butt spanked?
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
I honestly don't think that they should, because for a lot of these giant like AAA game developers and publishers, like a majority of their profit comes from microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it doesn't really make any sense. It's just like
it's a dangerous game they're playing, and it's one of those ones that's like you don't know how far they're gonna want to push it.
They'll just be like, how about this far? Battlefront 2. Oh, too much. We'll draw it back.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. And that's really what it is they keep dicking around with us just to see how far they can push us. And the problem is they can push people pretty far because people want their games, or you end up with the D-bags who will just pay to win and have no like real talent.
Well, it's not even, you could say that it's not real talent, but then you have reviewers that pay to unlock that faster because like it's their job.
Oh, and I'm not giving crap to reviewers. I'm giving crap to the person that owns all the skins, all the shit. They have the best guns. Because that pissed me off with, like, Battlefront. I think it was Battlefront. I went in. A bunch of people had bought the best shit of all time. So they're going up. They're one-shotting you. And you don't even get to have fun with the damn game because they have the best guns to start with. There's no build-up.
You could buy, like, the best gun. It was, like, Han Solo's, like, pistol and, like, one-shot people.
Yeah, and that's
across the map
is a load of shit. I'm never gonna do that. It's like that's why I like the Battle Pass thing for Call of Duty. Yes, you're paying so that you can get that like a chance to get the gun, but you have to actually play to get there. Mm-hmm. You know, unless you're gonna pay an absurd amount of money, which some people will. But in Call of Duty, having the best gun doesn't necessarily make you the best, and you notice it really quick. So, I mean, there's guys gunning around with just a pistol. And
it's really like knowing the map.
Mm-hmm. Whereas, like with Star Wars, it was like they're sniping you from across the whole damn map with one shot, but it,
on Hoth. You're just like, that kind of broke my immersion because you always want to, when you watched it when you were younger, it's like, oh man, I want to be on Hoth, and then you just see like a whole bunch of players just bunny hopping across the
Yep.
snowfield, and you're just like, my immersion.
Yes, it completely ruined it. I mean, I was so excited for it, and I was so put off so quick by that game. So,
yeah.
But yeah. So speaking of Star Wars, Squadrons, we finally got the release for release date. It's going to be October 2nd. So I'm excited for that for sure.
I'm gonna buy it and play it all on VR.
Yes. I am not going to be getting it. There's so many games I'm going to have to hold off until I get the PS5. It's like all these games are coming out prior to the holiday season.
Which leads me to wonder, like, are VR games going to work better? Because, like, the Sony hasn't said anything about, like, VR2 coming out. So I'm like, if I use that with this, are games going to run smoother, or is it going to look better? Are there limitations? What's happening here?
Yep.
Because they said that you can use the old VR with this new system.
You can use the old controllers, I think, as well.
Only for PS4 games.
Yeah. So, because PS5 games have a lot of aspects to them. Well, they said some that will be the same. But I think it depends on the game and what you're trying to do with the controller.
Yeah, because of the haptic feedback triggers that they're going to have on there.
So I'm not terribly excited for this controller. It looks like an Xbox controller, which I don't like the feel of anyways. So they're awkward AF.
Usually that's what most people gravitate to. It's that they like the feel of a Xbox controller rather than a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, and it might be because I had a PS2 before I played Xbox. So it's just, a natural gravitation. Also, I had Nintendo 64, which also had, the smaller holding areas.
64. Talk about the fucking weird. It's like, where do I hold this one? Am I holding it over here?
Like, they really could have left off the whole right side of that and just stuck the weird yellow D-pad wherever the hell they wanted to. Yeah. So, because no one did it over there. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. But, so I'm excited for that. Star Wars Squadron coming out October 2nd. Yeah, but
you're probably more excited for Valhalla.
Oh, yeah. Shit, yeah. Valhalla and Spider-Man.
Morales, yeah.
So, those two are going to be absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Because as of this point, it's like, yeah, Xbox has Game Pass. Cool. And that's about it.
Yep. So, since PlayStation's getting the GTA stuff, and I was already going to get a PlayStation. It had nothing to do with the exclusives. I'm not really exclusive chaser.
I don't know, but the exclusives that PlayStation have are fucking
and that's what I was going to say, is that they make a big difference. And also, something tells me there's going to be a new God of War, because they basically do one for every system since it came out. So, yeah. I need that. But yeah, good stuff. So speaking of games, the first DLC for Doom is arriving October 20th, called The Ancient Gods.
Did you watch that trailer?
No, I have not, but I do know a little about it, and I didn't want to. So due to the hands up for spoilers, due to the ending events of the recent Doom game, the absolute destruction that you do as the Slayer causes heaven and hell to break loose. So, yeah.
Basically, it's the Doom guy in his sultry voice just saying what's going to happen in this DLC. So it's just like, it looks pretty...
It does.
Like, I don't know. It just... These two past iterations of Doom has just been... They look amazing, and... Do you have the same complaint about the music in this second one as like some people did? It's like, oh, I can hear that it wasn't mixed as...
I legit haven't played it yet. I bought it 2 weeks ago. So at QuakeCon they did a sale, and that's when I ended up picking it up for 50% off.
Nice.
So, and that's exactly what I was holding out for. I had too many other games to play to be able to pay full price for that right now.
Yeah. I stopped paying full price for games. Like, oh, why don't you play this game? I am playing my games right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm playing plenty of games. It's just mostly Call of Duty right now. I'm getting into Warzone and trying to figure it out a little bit more.
Are you squatting up, or are you just doing solo?
I have to squat. I've realized if I do solo, I get pissed off, and because no one else wants to save you. So I end up playing with Devin and then like 2 of his work buddies or Luke.
Or they just teabag you? It's like, oh, revive me! And they're just like, wah, wah, wah.
Dude, they're nuts and they're assholes. Also, I started TKing players for teabagging the opposite team. I don't care. I was like, because I was playing yesterday. I got a fantastic kill. I did the crow alternate move ending. I got him, killed him. He was right there. And my teammate ran up and started teabagging the guy. I was like, what the fuck? So I shot him in the head. It's like, that's not how you play the game, bro.
It's BM.
Yeah. Calm down, you fucking 12-year-old little bitch. So it doesn't make you cool to teabag people. How about you just be a good freaking player? All right? Let's move on. So the DLC, The Ancient Gods, is going to be $19, or if you have their Game Pass, it's going to be Season 1, so there's going to be 2. Ultimately, you will save money getting their Game Pass for $30. And yeah, so pick it up for $19, and it's going to be a standalone, which is interesting. So it's a little unique. You don't actually have to play the original game to enjoy this one. So, but I mean, being that it does play off the canon story of the main game, it would be advised, but that's up to you. Mark, I've always been against teabagging. It pisses me off. I hated it when people did it to me. So I've kind of been the old man Call of Duty since I was like 20.
You damn kids, get off my face!
Dude, I get so pissy. I mute I have people on auto mute because I don't want to freaking hear people anymore. I'll go in, I'll turn them on just to hear them, and I usually turn it back off. It's like, I don't give a shit about you people.
Because there are hardly any call-outs in Call of Duty that are very pertinent. It's like you know what's going on around you.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Exactly. And it's like if I'm playing on a good team and they'll call it out. Like playing with Devin and Luke, there'll be a little bit of bullshitting, but the shit's going down. They're helping you, they're calling it out, there's stuff happening that's helpful. It's like, cool. So, yeah. Then every once in a while you end up in a conversation, you unmute it, they're talking about donuts, and the whole game is different types of donut talk. You don't unmute that, or you don't mute that one. That was just a fantastic conversation. So, yeah. Burp. So, what else do we got? Where are we at? Oh, so speaking of heaven and hell. Yeah, and DLC. Well, not DLC. Kind of DLC. DLC-ish. So, WoW's releasing another expansion for their title in the names of Shadowlands. So, I believe we talked about this before. It was announced at BlizzCon, but now we have a date of October 26, 2020 of this year. It's going to be getting released. On the Blizzard website and the launcher, they have a beautiful, artistic cinematic that's really fantastic. It kind of shows the scene where Sylvanas gets impaled by Frostmourne, the Lich King's sword. Mm-hmm. And so the game is described on Blizzard as, with a single act of destruction, Sylvanas Windrunner has ripped open the way to afterlife. Azeroth's staunchiest defenders have dragged into an all-consuming darkness. An ancient force of death threatens to break the bonds and unravel reality. So, looks cool. It looks like it's going to be a bit of another world changer. Not quite as much as Cataclysm.
Cataclysm changed the world so much.
Oh, yeah. No, it went full bore on the world. Yeah, so there's going to be some changes. This one's going to be interesting. So it's going to change the level capping system. I think it's going to take the max, which it's kind of sitting at right now, is like 90 or 100, and it's reworking it to 60 again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How I read it seemed very weird, is that they're changing the leveling system, bring it back. You're not losing any power or scope, but I don't know. Maybe it's like in 2020 when they could only write zeros so many times, and they didn't want to break the game. I don't understand, but so I mean that's coming out, and gosh dang it, if not every time a new one comes out, I'm like, okay,
You're
gonna
mildly
go buy
interested in it. It's like, all right, I'll re-download it again.
It's like
all right,
every freaking time, man.
You got me, Blizzard.
So, I don't know. I really need a good raiding crew again. I had a fantastic one through Cataclysm, and then after that, they stopped playing.
We grew up, and it's like,
yeah, it's like I don't have the time to like devote to that anymore.
it's like, all right, we're gonna do this raid for 5 hours. Is that everyone good? All right.
I mean, that'd probably be a big thing. If they could knock those raids down, like the standard raid, into like an hour segment, versus having to re-roll the same raid or dungeon, 20 times to try to get that loot that you want.
I think they have streamlined it somewhat, but it's still a lot of time.
It is.
Watching YouTube videos and listening to people talk about how to do a raid.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, unless you follow the game scope and do the meta, you don't PvP. It doesn't work. You'll just get rolled like a noob every time, and it's not worth it. So if I play, it's story mode only. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to be the kind of person that just enjoys going there, playing on a PvP and getting ganked by a high level every time I try to leave the noob zone. So,
or you could throw yourself into the RP servers.
Yeah.
Walk everywhere. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah. So.
Hello, good sir. How is your day going? Fine. Why are you talking to me?
So yeah, but I'm definitely excited for that. It looks cool. I'm jazzed, and I'm gonna get drawn back in, and I'm gonna spend more money that I shouldn't be spending.
Well, they have so good of like cinematics that just like, all right,
dude,
you got me.
Can you imagine the day when they finally like update WoW so it matches the cinematic quality? That's gonna be amazing. I mean, not like they can't kind of do that now. I mean, you look at Final Fantasy, and the Final Fantasy gameplay looks like the WoW. It looks like 85% of the WoW cinematic, right?
Hmm.
So the capabilities there. I think they're also kind of holding back for people who are still playing on old ass computers.
Yep, that's my thought exactly. They don't want to lock anyone out of the graphics.
Yeah, and it is hard to try to, add all those shaders and everything while doing like the stupid super low end and still making this hyper high end valid for all the players. So, I mean, that's a lot to do. That's a whole different graphic system. So, I don't know. But regardless, doesn't mean I don't wish it would happen eventually. So, more gaming news. GTA Online accounts are getting reset. Now, if you're still playing, don't freak out automatically. If you do get your account reset, it's because you were using the apartment hacks to get a crap ton of money that you shouldn't have been getting. I'm not even going to tell you how to do it. But don't do it. So what people are finding out is they're going online, and if they were savvy, privy, were doing it, and taking advantage of it, their levels have been getting reset, their money has been getting removed, or all of their progress, guns, ammo, weapon, everything is getting reset to where they were before they started doing that cheat.
No.
So, and it sounds like Rockstar is being very cautious with it. So if people have paid money to get to a certain point, they're not taking all of it away because, that would be super screwed up. So yeah, moral of the story, don't cheat people, and they won't cheat you. Yes, okay. Oh, but Rockstar's a big company and blah, blah, blah. They put out a lot of free freaking material for you guys. Shut up.
Have you been logging on every month to get
I want the money, yeah.
the monies?
Yep. So, I deleted other games so I could make sure to reinstall Grand Theft Auto so that I could, get 6 with the money.
Was it $1 million per month?
It's $1 million
that you
per
load?
month, yeah. So you can get up to $5 million, which you roll right in with a sports car first thing. That's pretty dope.
Nice.
So yeah, don't cheat and they won't screw with you. Pretty straightforward. Now the last bit of news we probably could have talked about with the other Call of Duty stuff, but that's okay. Call of Duty Blops Cold War. Yeah, it's coming out. So we're getting a new Black Ops game, Stadled Cold War. It's going to be the campaign mode. I don't know how it's going to affect the multiplayer, being that there was not as large of an expanse of gun options as there are nowadays back in the Cold War era.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you running around with? An AK-47. Cool. Anything else? A 1911. Cool. Anything else? A spear. Or not a spear.
This 38 police special.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm guessing that the Cold War guns are going to be more related to that. I can't imagine that they're going to do the multiplayer and take away such the broad scope of weapons that they currently have. Because that's a lot of the draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they were to do that, the campaign mode with Cold War-esque and prior weapons, as well as like maybe a Warzone mode that was Cold War, I think that'd be pretty cool. So, I mean, I'm excited. I really like the Black Ops series. It's my favorite for it up until this most recent Modern Warfare, which has been fantastic. Just because it's such an even balance. You still get the big maps, but it doesn't take 20 minutes to get back into the game. Right. So, yes, I know that is an exaggeration, but whatever, I'm going to exaggerate. So, yeah, excited for that one. It comes out November 13th, 2020. You also go watch the cinematic trailer. I don't think we posted that on Slick, but if you know how to use Google, and you should at this point, you should do that. Even though many of the people I'm sure listening to the show predate Google, just like me and JP do. Was it? I told JP this at work. Was it JP? Yeah, it was JP. And I was like, Macaulay Culkin had a tweet yesterday that was like, "Hey guys, you want to feel old? I'm 40. Have a good day." So yeah, the kid from Home Alone, he's now 40. Fun stuff. Yeah. But, what are we doing? So, talking about all this stuff, all these cool things, we want to tell you about one of our awesome Slick content providers and show hosts, that's Shell, with Shell Shock Cosplay. So make sure you check out her awesome cosplays, then head over to her band of knights, or warriors, the Knights of the Tempest. They are the sword-tastic equestrian jousting battle group. So they put on an awesome theatrical show. You guys go check them out, especially if they can get their show up and running like they're talking about. So fantastic. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Knights of the Tempest, or on Twitter at Knights Tempest. So do that thing.
Woo.
And while you're doing the thing, check us out. If you're here right now, you know we do this stuff. So make sure you follow us, subscribe to us, and do all that at Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, all at SLYK Radio. We're easy.
Usually we're covering a lot more things than just us.
Yes. Well, I mean, generally we're always covered on this show. I haven't done the naked show yet. I didn't say yet.
You don't know. You don't know if I'm wearing bottoms or not.
That's fair.
Could be straight up Donald Ducking it.
Oh, I mean, I gotta be honest though, bud. You really shouldn't glue feathers to your pecker. Donald Duck Pecker. Oh, yeah. This is an Umbrella Academy quote. Looking through a phone book, old school Google. Yeah. I didn't like phone books. But Mark says we should do an OnlyFans show. What would we do for that? I don't know. I give myself haircuts. Does that do it for people now? Just the
I'll
slow.
shave my eyebrow for you.
JP, don't you always Donald Duck it? Are we learning something about younger JP?
When I can. Okay. My body runs very hot, okay? This regulates my temperature.
As I tell Hannah quite regularly, cold genitals, cold bow. So it's a regulation shaft. So, yeah. Well, that's how it works. But moving forward, speaking of Umbrella Academy, not really Umbrella Academy, taints and microbrews. Oh my. I mean, we could, but oh wow, the mental image I just had. Yeah, I could have gone without that. Anyways, coming up next is Slick Tube.
Tube Slickers.
That doesn't help. So in an up.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Horrible mental image. So, in an Umbrella Academy-like fashion, Powerpuff Girls are getting a live-action remake at the CW.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, this is a little weird one. So WB's been doing well, right, with their kind of remakes of old stuff and a few other things, because like the Archie. So they got Riverdale. They're doing well with that. The Archie update. Yeah, so it has been doing fantastic. You got Sabrina. That one was doing well until Netflix decided to, lop that head off. But so Powerpuff Girls is getting a live action remake, and it's going to be oriented around Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup in their in their 20s, kind of disheartened by battling crime since they were children, or since they were created. Were they actually children? I guess they kind of were.
Yeah, they were. But yeah,
I would never call a Cookie a child.
Get in my belly.
So, yeah, and that's why I say it's Umbrella-like fashion. It's like, it seems kind of a knockoff, but it's a logical progression at the same time. So if you want to do the Powerpuff Girls and you didn't want to do the same old thing, they're seeing that, oh, Umbrella Academy does well, so let's kind of do a similar item.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, I'm
I'll
not
have
saying
to withhold judgment.
I'm not
Are
saying
there
I'm
any
totally
pictures
down
of it?
with it. No, not yet.
Okay.
In my head, it's become a porn. So
Yeah, I'm just like, this seems like a weird parody thing.
it's probably because Nicole Marie Jean just recently did a Blossom Bubbles and Buttercup lewd cosplay thing. So if you guys want to check that out, I suggest you do. It's pretty good. But I mean, that's why it is what it is in my head. So yeah, it's an odd thing, but if it leads to a possible live action remake of Dexter's Lab, I'm okay with that too. Or, what else could we do?
Samurai Jack?
Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack just came out with a new game. Did you see that?
I saw that it came out with a new game.
So
also, Zoids is.
Yes.
I got to see that.
So I want to get the Samurai Jack game, but I don't know if I should be spending the money on it. So it's like, we'll hold off just a little bit. But it does look pretty cool. It looks very true to form. So excited for that one. More SlickTube news. The 1982 classic The Thing is getting a rebate. It's getting rebates. It's getting a reboot from the original creator, John Carpenter, as well as Blumhouse Productions. If you guys don't know Blumhouse, they are just a big horror
a whole
company.
bunch of movies at you until one of them sticks.
Yeah. Yes. That is exactly accurate for Blumhouse. And which is cool. I mean, they started out as an independent film, and now they're just like, we want to support anyone independent, and we'll just do whatever the hell you want to. But this one's pretty cool that they're stepping up their... they've stepped up their games plenty of times. That they're bringing John Carpenter in to do the reboot on this one. I think it's going to be important. The thing, though, is like in an interview with John Carpenter recently, I think I read this on Variety, that he didn't state whether or not it's going to be a prequel, sequel, and or a reboot altogether. So it's going to be within canon. So I'm not sure as to where this one is going to be going. It makes me a little bit afraid because it was one of my. Thanks, buddy. It was one of my favorites growing up. It gave me the chills quite regularly. So it was one of those just extremely well done horror movies. And I would like to see it do well again. So high hopes for this. But, I mean, it's got a good production company, not to mention it's John Carpenter, so hopes are high at this point. Next thing. Oh, have you heard about this yet?
This is the first time me reading about it.
Yeah, so...
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so from the creator of Bleach, Tita Kubo, Burn the Witch is coming October 2nd. So I believe it's coming out end of September in Japan. So if you're in Japan listening to this, and I know we have a few listeners out there, then you can actually go see it in theaters. But if you're like the rest of us stuck in the USA, you can watch it on Crunchyroll on October 2nd. They're going to do it in three episodes. So I'm excited to check that one out. The anime is described on Crunchyroll as, so historically 70% of all deaths in London are related to dragons, fantastical beings invisible to the majority of the people. While unknown to most, some people have been standing up against these dragons. Only inhabitants of reverse London who live in the hidden reverse side of London can see the dragons. Even then, only a selected few become qualified enough as witches or wizards to make direct contact with them. The protagonists are the story of a witch duo, Noelle and Ninny, and their protection against the Wingbind, an organization of dragon conservation and management. Their mission is to protect and manage the dragons within the London on behalf of the people. So, I mean, it looks cool. Not to mention, it is Bleach. Eventually, I'm going to finish Bleach as well. We'll see how that goes. But that has more to do with finding out which ones that are not just filler and going from there. So, yeah. But I'll be checking that out. Like I said, it's coming out October 2nd. Yeah. So, I don't remember if we talked about this on last week's show. But I'm still excited. Michael Keaton, the Batman, from the Tim Burton movies, is going to be joining alongside Ben Affleck in the Ezra Miller Flash movie that's going to be coming out soon.
Flashpoint, which is probably what it's going to be.
Yes. So he is reportedly going to be playing the role of Bruce Wayne. So being that he's going to be playing Bruce Wayne in one of these movies, it's really cool because it does bring the Tim Burton 1989 Batman movies into the current canon. So, alternate universe, obviously, I'm assuming is going to be playing an old Bruce Wayne. I mean, then again, they could be doing the CGI thing like they did for Tron. So, who knows? But I'm excited for that. I really want to see more from that. It makes me most joyous on the inside. So, yeah. Very happy. But yeah, you want to talk about this next one? Because I've been talking a lot and I have a headache.
Oh, no.
Yes.
So, we've just gotten a release, like Marvel MCU release for Phase 4, all the dates. Black Widow coming in November 6th, 2020.
This year.
The Eternals, February 12th, 2021. Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
I know nothing about that.
I know a little bit of it because of Comics Explained, and it's coming out May 7th, 2021. Untitled Spider-Man, Far From Home sequel, December 17th, 2021.
You want to hear something bad?
What's up?
I still haven't seen Far From Home.
End call.
I don't know. After Tony Stark died, it was It wrecked me. I was sad. I cried. I cried a lot.
Cried a
So,
lot during
yeah.
the second time viewing it.
Yeah.
And then Thor, Love and Thunder, February 11th, 2022.
If he's
I
not
don't even
driving a NASCAR in that, I don't know what matters anymore.
Maybe. As like Fat Thor.
Yes.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th, 2022.
Yeah. So, and each of these movies are in different levels of production. So, yeah. I love you, 3000. So harsh. It's so harsh. So, I mean, lots of
But that's crazy.
fantastic
Usually
movies.
we've been, without COVID, we were just inundated with Marvel movies. Like, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one.
Mhm.
And then we're just like, so, are we going to get any movies this year? Maybe?
Yeah.
So what was the last Marvel movie that came out?
Far From Home.
Yeah.
I know that was literally the last one that was released. So, oh, thanks, Liz. That's sad to know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I really, really want to see it, but it really is. It's just, I was like, I'm not ready.
I think it's on HBO Max.
It is. It's completely watchable on HBO Max. It's just been chilling there. It's been on Netflix as well. It's been completely available to me, but I've been avoiding it.
I don't want to cry like a baby.
Yeah. So I mean, I get a good ugly cry every once in a while. JP's seen one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid girl
Was
and
there?
a cat.
Like, what are you doing?
Losing my shit.
I'm not okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Black Widow should be coming out if it doesn't get pushed back.
Liz says Black Widow is still coming out.
Mhm.
So, hopefully. I mean, I'm excited for that. But, yes. So, lots of good movies coming soon. Very excited for all of this. And, you know, in all fairness, we've had a lot of stuff in here, but we haven't slicked as hard as we normally have. It's only been an hour. So, we got one more little segment in here, and it's, or one little section of this. A producer-writer for Supernatural, Andrew Dabb, so he should be semi-familiar to you people who are fans of the show, will be heading a Resident Evil Netflix series. So, yeah.
It's kind of late to the party, though. Like,
That's-
Walking Dead's been out for a while.
Yeah, but in all fairness, Walking Dead sucks. I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off with that, but...
I like the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, bleh, I just couldn't keep with it. I was just like, oh, yeah.
So
What's the next thing that this stupid group gets involved with?
I made it to when the sheriff made it to like the quarry and he found out that his best friend had gotten with his wife, and that's when I lost interest because I was like, oh, this is a telenovela. I'm done.
I'm your cousin. But my cousin died in a volcano accident. No, he didn't.
So I didn't have, there was too much drama and not enough zombie stuff. And I know people said it gets less zombie or it gets more zombie, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't have any kind of interest in it. It's just completely escaped me.
I always found I enjoyed reading the comics, but I always found it just a little weird that it's just like, oh yeah, we don't have zombies or anything. They're just like walkers. And it's like, this is the first time we're experiencing this. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's too much, and I'm happy for people who enjoy it thoroughly, but yeah, not for me. So, and I have the comics. It's just, I watched the show. I watched the first episode. I was like, okay. I picked up 2 of the comics. Was going to read them. Watched a few more episodes. Haven't opened the comics. The show killed it for me. So,
But-
and that may not be fair of me, but that's just how it is.
but like in anything, it's like I think always the book version is going to be better, even
Yeah.
though it is a comic. But like Resident Evil, they have like good characters that could be like Ada Wong, Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield.
Mm-hmm. So, and they're bringing a character in from those. So the stories are going to be new. So it's going to be two teenage sisters who moved to Raccoon City. And they're kind of finding out the dark, deep secrets of it. And then the other one is, so it's going to be two stories in all. And the other one's going to be set 10 years from now when there's less than 15 million people in the world and over 6 million monsters. And it's going to be Jade figurine or something like that. And yeah, so Jade's going to be 30 in that, just trying to survive. So it's going to be there. Dab is he says that Walking Dead. He says that Resident Evil is one of his favorite games. So I mean, there's hopes for people who are big fans of the series to get what they've been wanting, right? And so, the possibilities are high. Netflix has a pretty good background of recreating stuff at this point and making it a fan favorite and doing well with that. So, I really do hope that it is what it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of fell off on the series. I played 1 through 3 and a little bit of 4. And then, I think it's the same thing. I watched Resident Evil 1 and 2, and then I didn't really get to see the other ones after that.
The movies?
Yeah.
Or...
So, and honestly, the Resident Evil movies, it came down to Hannah wanted to see them, and then we just haven't really gotten around to them. I own them all.
The actress who plays Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it for the rest for you. I mean, Mila Jovovich is nice and all, but
yeah. So yeah, hopefully it's fantastic and badass and everything like that. So, and it'll be really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully it stays closer to the source material than like straying away from it, because that's how you alienate both sides: people who haven't seen Resident Evil, and then people who love Resident Evil.
Yes.
Because if you stray very far away from it, it just ends up being like a Walking Dead clone.
Yep.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
No, and they should stop doing that to people. So, or I mean, any other clone. It's with all the zombie material out there right now. It's pretty easy to kind of like
make your own.
Well, make your own and or accidentally look exactly like something else. So I mean, looking like Zombieland, Day of the Dead. So it's a pretty. Resident Evil has kind of a unique grasp on it, I would say, and they help to lead a lot of stuff, kind of like Day of the Dead did.
Because most of the zombies that are like kind of was it Jojo Romero?
Yes.
Okay, like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the 28 Days Later.
See, those are kind of my favorites.
Fuck those zombies.
Yeah, they're scary.
I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me some badass who gets that virus is gonna run at like ridiculous speeds? I'm like, I think not. I disagree.
Well, when they don't feel pain anymore, I mean, it's possible, right?
Mm.
So who knows? There's a lot of anatomy to the zombie. I used to have a zombie anatomy book somewhere. So, but yeah, so could be good, could be absolutely god awful, but odds are
I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah, so check that out. All right, guys, we are on to our last segment, the craft brew.
In review.
And we are drinking the Lilikooi Kepolo beer from Avery
Better than I would
Brewing.
have pronounced it.
Huh?
Better than I would have pronounced it.
It's a Belgian-style Vite ale with passion fruit and spices. You got to wonder they called it passion fruit the first time because someone was like, they boinked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it felt really good. Like, oh, this is way better than a cantaloupe or a warm apple pie. Whap.
They just like take a bite of it.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. So, yeah. But this is delicious.
Yeah, when I first took a sip of it, I was just like, "Oh yeah, this is passion fruit." With like a decent amount of tartness hit me. I'm just like, "Oh, okay, that's what we're drinking." I
It's like,
totally
oh yeah,
forgot.
yeah, give me more of that. That's good. That's good in the hood, bro. So
I'd say it's
yes,
a medium carbonation
yeah.
to it.
They're definitely focusing more on the flavor than they are trying to hide it in carbonation, which some beers do. It's an unfiltered. I was gonna check that out, but it has a delicious fruity flavor without being overly sweet.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, light carbonation, good flavor, like a nice cleansing tartness to it. So
Definitely taste the passion fruit in it.
mm, you can taste the passion. Taste the passion. Taste the rainbow. Something like that. That sounded good, right?
Right. It sounded a-okay. I don't know. I,
There we go.
I end up liking this one a lot.
I do too. I could easily enjoy a 6-pack of this. I really could. So I'm gonna go with a 5. I think it's
Ooh.
fantastic.
Stacking it against like other Belgian whites, I would also give this a 5. Just because it has that accent of passion fruit that like puts it just that above other ones that I've had
Mm-hmm.
before.
Yep. Yep. I can understand that. So, what's your score?
5.
5. All right. Ooh, that's a good beer burp right there. So that's 5 for Avery Brewing's Lilica Oi Pello. Very delicious, very enjoyable. And saying that name makes me now want to go watch Johnny Tsunami, which I'll probably watch tonight as I go to sleep. I miss Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I need to
I
go
miss
there
it
as an
too.
adult.
Well, you have. Well, okay.
Well, last time I went there, I was 15.
Let's do it.
Yes, yes. Once we have the money. I mean, we got all those miles. That should be enough to get us to Hawaii now.
Hmm.
So, this says,
Well, why
wow,
did you
excellent.
score it?
Haven't seen a 5 from you guys in a while. And it's very true. We're
I'm very
picky.
discerning about my stuff.
I mean, when we've had this many beers, you learn. You learn what sucks.
Yeah,
Or
you're just
what's...
like, oh, it's good, but then you look above, like in Bo's room, like all these beers that are like good, and then really bad ones that are just like we don't drink those anymore.
Yeah, and that's what's really up there. It's like, I have the 1s and the 5s.
Venetucci pumpkin beers.
Oh, the season is coming! More Venetucci, my friend! And from what I know, the pumpkins are happy and healthy. So,
Hooray!
yay! So yeah, good stuff.
Why have we given a score to this beer,
That's
Bo?
because we score our beers on Untapped. Untapped, what's that, you say? That's the fantastic beer service where you can score your beers and share your thoughts with others. Make sure you follow us there on Untapped. Yeah, at SLYK Radio. JP's on there as...
Jay Pizlatron.
And Shell's on there as Shell Shock Cosplay. It's
Woo.
most fantastic, most excellent. Speaking of most excellent, holy crap, why didn't we talk about this? Tomorrow, Bill and Ted Face the Music is coming out. So happy, I already have it pre-ordered.
What?
JP, if you want to come over and watch it, you totally can! Because I own it!
I did.
Right!
So
Righteous!
When is Mulan coming out?
Mulan
There
is
we go.
coming out! I don't know. Mulan...
Because I've already been seeing like reviews of it on YouTube.
March 9th, 2020! It already came out, apparently, no?
September 4th.
September 4th? Sweet, so that's coming out next week.
So there you go, guys.
Fantastic.
Reviews are already out. I haven't watched any reviews because I want to go into it blind.
Yes. So, I mean, I watched the first one, and that was it. So, very, very excited for both of those. So, like I said, I pre-ordered it because I'm so jazzed for it, and I'm just happy. So, yeah, as soon as it's available, woo! I'm so happy. Going to be watching that one tomorrow. Make sure you guys do, because you know what? They did a special thing for us. Yes, it's a little bit more. It's $25, but it's $25 to pre-order and just own the damn thing. Or $19 to rent from like Prime or Vudu or stuff like that, which is still massively cheaper than going to the theater. So stop your bitching. Don't be cucks. I believe in you. Yeah. Cool.
And that's it, guys.
That's it. That's it for our show. All right, guys. Fantastic. It all moves quick, and then I stepped back really hard, so I forgot where the hell we were. But thanks for listening. Don't forget, we put out new episodes every Thursday, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at SOYK Radio.
And when you see us roll through your feeds, make sure to fingerbox that subscribe button, smash them likes, and become one of our Sly Knights.
So like you know is not responsible for anything, ever.
Produced by Slick Solutions somewhere in Colorado.
And Slick Radio's completely weightless.
Like your opinion.
Just kidding.
We care.
But your government doesn't.
Vote this year.
Please vote. Vote. It's the only time your opinion counts. Everything else is just bitching. So, we love you guys. Have a fantastic week. Do your duty. Also, have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.